Welcome to Knowledge Builder. Together we learn and share knowledge and insights. Digital consumers are connected all the time through their smartphones, tablets, gaming consoles, and pretty much every application, service, and channel accessible through these devices. As they move among devices and channels, they are creating multiple customer touchpoints across different mediums: online, offline, proprietary, third-party, corporate networks, social networks, location-based, and mobile. To marketers, this information presents a great opportunity to better target their consumers. Retailers have adopted advanced analytics such as operations research to provide personalized recommendations to their consumers online. Telecommunications providers use big data techniques to reduce customer churn. Retail banks use big data analytics for fraud prevention. Before going in detail, video Knowledge Builder requests its viewers to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. To a large extent, big data refers to the ever-increasing data deluge in terms of volume, variety, velocity, and complexity that is being generated in today's digital ecosystem. As shown in Figure 1, big data sets are generated around customers based on their online purchases, web clicks, social media activities, smart connected devices, geolocation, etc. Customers create new data at every step they take, be it structured data, when clicking through websites, or unstructured data, when posting comments on Facebook. Using big data technologies and analytics methods, marketers can mine, combine, and analyze both types of data in near real time. This can help them discover hidden patterns such as the way different groups of customers interact and how this leads to purchase decisions. Equipped with these insights, companies can then develop targeted marketing campaigns that cater to the customer's individual preferences. Advancements in technologies such as in-memory computing and the rise of open-source massive parallel platforms are further driving opportunities to harness big data sets. These big data platforms facilitate rapid data ingestion in a cost-effective manner and enable real-time data analysis. What is data analytics and why it is important for marketing? Data analytics is the process of examining raw unstructured data in order to draw conclusions, make predictions, find trends, or answer questions. The process of data analysis is performed by special software tools that combine many data mining techniques and algorithms. Data analytics tools can analyze historical marketing data, such as purchasing history of clients from your CRM system, to gain insights into what happened in the past and why. 10 uses of big data analytics in marketing. Examples. 1. Data is the key to behavior analysis. A customer behavior analysis is an examination of how customers interact with your business, including your brands, websites, products, applications, etc. Behavioral data include things like purchased products, page views, email signups, ad clicks, and other user actions. Behavioral data are gained from sources like websites, CRM systems, call centers, marketing automation systems, and billing systems. The goal is to obtain a full picture of your customers, as well as insights that you can use to optimize customer conversion, engagement, and retention. The most popular part of behavior analysis is digital behavior intelligence that allows you to see everything your customers do on your website. There are data analytics tools that can capture every movement a customer does on your website, from mouse movements and scrolls to device rotations. They also reveal where and why your customers experience friction on your website, allowing you to solve experience-related problems at scale. Thus, you can detect issues such as a poor product engagement or underperforming landing pages, and then improve customer experience and gain strong competitive advantages. Example? The Loan Exchange, a company that provides financial tools, increased form interactions by 108% with the help of a behavior intelligence tool Decibel. Digital experience is everything to the Loan Exchange. Their website connects borrowers with lenders through an online application process. The UI design team relies on data analytics provided by Decibel to see clearly where digital pain points exist and detect opportunities for improvement. With the help of insights from Decibel, the Loan Exchange made the redesign of a new website and mobile app. The Decibel insights included points such as high frustration of the customers with the application, inconsistent viewing across devices, the mobile app version viewed only 75% of the form, a complex password which caused frustration and abandonment, etc. In addition to the redesign, Decibel allowed the web team to pay specific attention to the vital application process to ensure a flawless experience and maximize conversion. The results are great. Form interactions increased by 108% and form completions increased by 8% over the first 30 days. 2. Data make conversational marketing possible. Conversational marketing uses the power of real-time conversations to drive engagement, ensure customer loyalty, and grow revenue. Conversational marketing is the use of platforms for direct interaction, such as live chats, chatbots, and social media platforms, to foster personalized conversations with users in real time. The conversation marketing has 4 key characteristics. Conversations occur whenever the customer prefers, even out of your working hours. Conversations meet customers where they are on your website, on social media, or even over email. Conversations are in real time. Conversations are personalized according to the needs of the customer. The most popular forms of conversational marketing are chatbots and live chats. But there are other ways to interact, including email, phone calls, replies on social media, and more. Big data analytics in conversational marketing expands your understanding of the customers. Moreover, big data brings to conversational interfaces, like chatbots and live chats, the listening component. Big data and conversational marketing, together, are creating a perfect solution for customer engagement. For example, a chatbot works as turns raw data into a conversation. To be able to answer customer queries, chatbots use data from previous conversations, orders, browsing behavior, emails, telephone transcripts, documents, etc. Unlike humans, chatbots can instantly process huge amounts of data relating to an individual customer. Thereby, data is invaluable in conversational marketing, allowing instant personalization of responses designed to drive customer engagement. Data is also the reason for the key chatbot benefits, which are 24-hour availability, instant and consistent answers, endless patience, increased customer interactions and sales, a deeper understanding of customers, etc. Example: big and small businesses worldwide are gaining the advantages of conversational marketing. Let's take Kia. Kia has a chatbot on Facebook Messenger called Kyan to help car buyers receive valuable information. Kyan has generated 3x more interactions than the corporate site, is helping car buyers find answers to a variety of questions. The chatbot has exchanged 600,000 messages with customers, leading to 50x more engagement through Messenger. Kyan can personalize service at scale and answer critical questions for any car model. Kyan also can tell customers who have lost their keys how to get a new set and direct them to a local dealer, for example. The bot also helps with services like making payments, roadside assistance, and looking at car inventories to compare with competitors. With its chatbot, Kia aims to give customers everything they need inside Messenger, from information to payments and more. 3. Data make predictive analytics truly effective. One of the most effective data-driven marketing weapons is predictive analytics. Predictive analytics is the use of data algorithms and techniques to define the likelihood of future events or results based on historical data, as past customer behavior and habits. It enables marketers to identify future risks and opportunities, and thus to make the most effective data-driven decision-making process. Predictive analytics allows you to forecast a customer's next move in your marketing model, especially online. You can predict engagement points where a customer may convert. The ability to target the right audience at the right time is one of the most valuable marketing skills. And predictive analytics software tools help you not just target the right audience, but to attract them with the right messages, images, and themes that are likely to have the highest conversion rates. The tools can analyze and forecast seasonal customer behavior, especially for online sales and e-commerce. It also can show marketers which consumers are most likely to buy again and how to prioritize customers based on a variety of factors. With the predictive analytics tools, you can identify which marketing channels, such as social media, email marketing, PPC advertising, etc., provide the best results in terms of engagement and response rates. In order to keep the customer churn low, you can apply predictive analytics to catch signals which indicate that a customer is likely to abandon your brand or discontinue your service. In other words, predictive analytics allows you to act in time, win and retain your customers. Example: leading companies in any industry use predictive analytics to create their business growth strategies. For example, Harley-Davidson uses predictive analytics to attract leads and close deals. Furthermore, they can identify potential customers who are ready to buy. Then a sales representative contacts these potential customers and helps them find the most suitable offer. Let's take another example. Stitch Fix, a retailer that offers clothes, has a unique forecast-based sales approach. When registering on Stitch Fix's website, users complete a survey about their style. Then predictive analytics is applied to offer customers the clothes they're most likely to need and like. If customers don't like the clothes, they can return the goods with a free return service. 4. Data revolutionize digital marketing. Digital marketing combines all types of marketing that use electronic devices or the internet. The most common types of digital marketing include SEO, pay-per-click advertising, native advertising, social media marketing, email marketing, mobile phone advertising, influencer marketing, affiliate marketing, inbound marketing. Today, the data analytics role in digital marketing is a top priority for many marketers because big data offer big insights into any of the above areas. For example, a good data-driven SEO tool can not only help you find the right keywords to rank better your website in search engines. It allows you to analyze your competitor's website, understand competitor ad budgets, analyze your traffic report, conduct a deep backlink audit, create SEO strategies, discover new niches, etc. Social media marketing is also a field that gains great benefits from big data analytics. From finding prospects and scheduling social media posts to managing social content, measuring results and serving customers, big data technology helps you do more with your social media. Additionally, social management tools analyze social posts at scale and understand what your audience says in them for your brand. When it comes to advertising, special data-powered tools can help you determine the best ad message and optimize your ads for more clicks and more revenue. Big data also can empower your email marketing by allowing you to produce automated email campaigns, optimize email subject lines, choose the right time for your email campaigns, personalize content to nurture leads, get more opens, clicks, and conversions. Big data is transforming influencer marketing as well. Using influencer software, you can discover and manage influencers and develop relationships at scale with your influencer community. You can also process the posts by the influencers and perform analysis to understand how well a particular influencer fits with your brand. Example: AdriaCamps gets 66% more bookings with the marketing software HubSpot. Croatian camping agency AdriaCamps was established in 2015. Entering a crowded marketplace, the company wanted to use inbound marketing. So, they chose HubSpot to help the new startup drive marketing. AdriaCamps was searching for a way to not only attract visitors to its website, but also gain insights that could help with lead nurturing campaigns. With the help of HubSpot, AdriaCamps was able to define buyer personas, research the keywords that help them rank highly with search engines, and create content for its blog, emails, and landing pages. They also added calls to action and forms on almost every page, which allow them to collect valuable information about their visitors. In addition, the software helped AdriaCamps facilitate a closer relationship between the sales and marketing departments. The results are impressive. Alen Salomon, the CEO of AdriaCamps, says, "HubSpot helped us surpass all our budgeted numbers. In the first 6 months, we had 60% more leads than expected and 66% more bookings. It has allowed us to dive deeper into what our customers want and target them in a much more granular way. I recently sent an email campaign to just 8 contacts. We can see that it's working. Our email open rates are at 45% and our click-through rates are at 20%. 5. Data build-up personalization. Marketing personalization is more important than ever. It is the key to transform your customer experience. Building a personalized customer journey for a buyer is quite hard. And if you are a mid-size or large business, you need to personalize this journey for 2,000 or 200,000 or even 2 million different buyers. It requires a deep analysis of huge amounts of data to make hyper-personalized recommendations at scale. Data analytics software helps you understand customer behavior and patterns at scale and personalize recommendations for every buyer. This helps buyers make purchase decisions easily and quickly. Marketers use data analytics tools for personalization to reduce friction for buyers and increase the quantity and quality of qualified leads in their funnel. Marketing personalization can be different types such as targeted ads, personalized emails, product recommendations, dynamically changing websites, targeted notifications, etc. Personalized experiences are becoming a norm, especially for web experiences, in websites, apps, etc. The fact is, if you have a website, then you should be doing personalization, such as product recommendation or contextual messaging. Thus, you can give your visitors the answer to their questions as soon as possible while delivering a remarkable digital experience. Example: Amazon's personalized recommendation system is a part of what makes the company so great. Amazon.com uses data-driven recommendations as a targeted marketing tool on its website. When you click on your recommendations, the link leads to a page where recommendations are filtered by variables such as product types, subject area, and ratings of previous products. You can see also why a particular product has been recommended. It is a well-known fact that more than 30% of Amazon.com's revenue is generated by its recommendation engine. 6. Data transform market research. Traditional market research is no longer relevant to our high-technology and hyper-connected world. It isn't enough for marketers to simply understand customers' experiences with brands and products. You need to understand your customers holistically, their lives, values, preferences, attitude, behavior. This is where big data analytics comes to play. It helps you listen, connect, and engage with your customers to truly understand what drives their decisions. How? Let's take open-ended feedback, for example. Collecting open-ended feedback is at the very core of market research. But it is unstructured data and hard to analyze. The modern big data analysis tools create a whole new way to derive better insights from the open-ended feedback. These systems can analyze and recognize thoughts and emotions and organize this info into easily digestible insights and trends. The tools can also analyze tons of secondary data, such as magazines, blogs, websites, journal articles, etc., in seconds and show you trends and patterns in it. The advanced market research software can also do many other things, such as delivering actionable results in real time, selecting the right target customers, and even tracking customers' eye movements to catch what attracts their attention. Furthermore, it removes human errors and can save you plenty of time with features such as automatic creation of research reports. Example: Avon, cosmetic brand, used a market research tool called Focus Vision to investigate the emotional impact of cosmetics among Latin American women. For women in Latin America, personal makeup regimens are often directly tied to their confidence and strength, as they reinforce their identity and ability to manage work and family. Paola Toscano, Senior Insights and Marketing Intelligence Manager in Avon, said, "It was crucial for us to walk in consumers' shoes in order to truly understand their relationship with makeup and collect meaningful qualitative data in friendly and inspiring ways. We were able to capture very useful consumer insights, materials and perspectives, which informed multiple discussions and decisions within the Avon organization. Using a blended quantitative plus qualitative Q+Q methods as ways to collect data, Avon has gained a deeper understanding of the feelings of women who use makeup in Latin America. The market research defined segments of consumers with unique sets of values. For example, makeup lovers or wealthy women aged 30 to 39 love to shop and seek high-quality leading brands. I need makeup to feel alive. It's an essential part of my day-to-day. The average size of their beauty bag consists of 99 items. From emotional triggers to brand perceptions, the market research brought significant insights that have a direct effect on Avon's future product development and marketing efforts. 7. The power of neuromarketing. Neuromarketing is still a very recent area, but it has a hidden potential that excites marketers from all industries. Neuromarketing is a science that studies the brain and non-conscious reactions of people to understand and influence consumer behavior. It has a powerful connection with data analytics. Neuromarketing relies on a deep analysis of neuronal activity to find out how our brain reacts to different stimuli. Cognitive, emotional and behavioral data are analyzed to help marketers discover what are the customer's neural responses to product ads, promotions, packaging, price, and ease of use. Neuromarketing requires specialized technology and skills such as webcam eye tracking, biometrics, emotion measurement, implicit tests, electroencephalogram, and website behavior tracking. Data-powered neuromarketing software tools can integrate these technologies. The tools allow you to track eye and gaze movement, detect mouse movement, track consumers' attention and emotions, uncover your brand perception, see marketing campaign performance, and even predict intentions. And all of this in one dashboard, in a few clicks. Big data and neuromarketing can take you beyond what you can get from traditional market research methods. These include insights into how to create a design that better capture attention, how to create an ad that makes the key messages more memorable, and how to build the product or package elements that drive emotional engagement. This innovative science can help you create brand positioning strategies, reduce a variety of costs, and make your marketing powerful as never before. Example: popular food brands such as Campbell's, Frito-Lay, and Chips Ahoy use neuroimaging to create effective packaging for their products. By using webcam eye tracking and electroencephalography data, they can detect colors and other design elements that aren't suitable for their audience. For example, with the help of neuromarketing, Nabisco has discovered that the resealable feature on the Chips Ahoy was actually eliciting negative emotional reactions. The reason it was obnoxious, hard to read, and the cookie image on the front provoked boring emotions. These studies allowed Nabisco to change significantly packaging before launch, achieving a more legible resealable tab with a more dynamic cookie image. 8. Data fuel competitive intelligence. Competitive intelligence is the process of gathering and analyzing data about your competitors, industry, and business environment. It enables marketers to understand and outperform competitors, win more clients, and drive business impact. Today's competitive intelligence tools can give you a complete view of your rivals' movements, including data such as your competitors' pricing change, marketing campaigns, customer reviews, and much more. Driven by data science technology, the tools can harvest data from millions of web pages and allow you to track a company's full digital footprint with no efforts. You can track the latest news your competitors are making, their employee feedback, pricing or packaging changes, new product launches, social media content, promotions, latest marketing campaigns, etc. When it comes to spying your competitors' SEO efforts, the web competitive intelligence tools do amazing things. They allow you to see competitors' best keywords, observe position changes of domains, learn why your competitors rank so high, discover their backlink profile, and much more. Dive deeper into competitive intelligence. 23 ways to collect competitive intelligence like a pro. 25 best free online competitor analysis tools. How to do a competitive product analysis. Example, Upserve increases win rate by 54% with competitive intelligence. In the early stages, Upserve, the restaurant pose and management software company, had minimal information about their competitors. The Upserve marketing team was looking for a solution to stay one step ahead of competitors and market innovation. The company implemented competitive intelligence software Crayon to get a deep understanding into their market landscape. Upserve is able to leverage Crayon to keep up with competitor product updates and new features launches. Thus, when a competitor updates a product, the Upserve can make a quick change in messaging and offers to help the sales team close more deals. The results are quite good. Jake Godgart, Senior Manager of Product Marketing at Upserve, says, "By staying on top of the competitors, we've been able to arm our sales team with actionable insights that they can act on immediately. As a result of Crayon, our win rate against our top 5 biggest competitors has improved by 54%. 9. Data-led content marketing to success. Data analytics can guide marketers on every step of the content strategy, from defining content gaps to creating blog posts, promoting on social media, and evaluating results. The existing content strategy platforms can analyze your content performance, compare it with other sites, suggest what to write, and predict what topics will perform best. Content intelligence tools can choose the right content format for you. For example, if the data analytics shows your target audience like white papers and infographics, you can create them. By analyzing where, when, and how long your target audience stays online, the tools can suggest a best time to publish on social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or on your website. Moreover, with the data-driven content platforms, you can review co-workers and guest writers, get SEO tips, manage your content calendar, promote stories through influencers, analyze performance, one-click publish to your websites, social media accounts, AMP channels, etc. Example, Tomorrow Sleep system company, traffic rose nearly 10,000% within 1 year. As a startup, Tomorrow Sleep was bringing in only around 4K users to their site every month. They knew that, in order to successfully compete with long-standing companies in their industry, they needed a different and a more strategic approach to content. They were searching for a plan to create and deliver content at scale that would be valuable to their target audience. Tomorrow Sleep began using MarketMuses, a content intelligence and strategy platform. The platform helped them choose high-value topics and see where competitors ranked for each of these topics. The platforms also showed them the gaps and opportunities in the current content plan. It helped Tomorrow Sleep create content around key topics and establish itself as an expert in the industry. The result was increased traffic from 4K 400K visitors in less than 1 year. 10. Data for a perfect marketing automation. When it comes to marketing automation, big data analytics can do wonderful things. Automation based on data can manage every marketing activity across multiple channels, such as websites, social media, email, and thus improve the overall marketing success. As Neil Patel says, marketing will become a more even playing field, and you'll have no choice but to use automation. Automation software tools help you not only automate repetitive tasks. It allows you to understand the customer journey, gain qualified leads, convert them into sales, and engage customers at scale. Data analytics is the perfect solution that drives automation as it helps you plan your strategy, segment customers, create content, and track customer behavior while reducing marketing costs. The biggest advantage of today's marketing automation tools is that they allow you to build long-term relationships by engaging with people. You can create automated email campaigns in a matter of minutes, engage customers everywhere they are, mobile, web, app, etc., and nurture leads with ongoing conversations. Finally, the tools let you increase revenue by focusing your sales on the hottest prospects and close more deals by triggering a sales call at the right time. And the best parts are result measurement and marketing analysis. You can seamlessly discover how each of your marketing campaigns impacts revenue and analyze what's working and what's not. Example, Schwab Advisor Services, a network of independent investment advisors, uses Marketo marketing software solution to drive marketing qualified leads and close deals worth over $100 million plus. In the past, Schwab Advisor Services has used a hard-to-use marketing platform that provides no visibility into leads or campaign effectiveness. To better outcomes, they switched to Marketo to automate marketing efforts. The results are quite spectacular. Marketo allows Schwab Advisor Services to automate, personalize, and target content that helps advisors run the back office efficiently and grow assets under management. Mark Dawson, Senior Manager, Demand Generation, Charles Schwab says, "We went from a very traditional marketing organization to a digital marketing team running an incredibly successful 9-touch nurture campaign. The immediate result was $1.1 billion in asset value contributed to the sales pipeline and help in closing deals, representing more than $100 million of net new assets for Schwab. I'm convinced our success is a direct result of driving buy-in of Marketo across our organization. 12 marketers across 4 Schwab teams and 2 external agencies worked together to develop our nurture campaign." The risks and rewards of data. Much attention has been paid to all the impressive ways that AI and machine learning help companies by automating services, predicting patterns, and making recommendations that lead to greater sales and engagement. A third of Amazon's sales come from its recommendation algorithm. For example, while YouTube's algorithm drives 70% of the content watched on its platform. But, Hasenager said, the risks associated with AI need equal attention and priority from managers. AI can create social, reputational, and regulatory risks, even for companies well-versed in technology. Amazon scrapped a recruiting software with a gender bias. Twitter shut down a Microsoft chatbot that learned how to post racist tweets. And Facebook was sued by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, which alleged the platform's targeted advertising violates the Fair Housing Act by restricting who views housing ads. These are not small risks for the companies, said Hasenager, who strongly recommended business leaders create interdisciplinary teams to continuously monitor and evaluate data for bias. Bias can be unwittingly baked into algorithms by the humans who create them. Symposium speaker Kalinda Yukanwa, a marketing professor at the University of Southern California's Marshall School of Business, offered a powerful example to illustrate the problem. Rebecca applies for a loan with an online bank that uses AI to determine the loan. She is rejected, despite having good credit. But if she enters the same information with one difference, her gender, she is approved. While the online bank may see an initial surge in business because of the ease of use, it may suffer long-term reputational effects. Months after Rebecca's bad experience, she may tell her friend, Jim, not to bother applying for a loan at that bank because she didn't get approved. Algorithm bias can be profitable in the short run, but unprofitable in the long run due to word-of-mouth reducing consumer demand, Yukanwa said. Still, she emphasized the value in data analytics. When it works well, it takes the guesswork out of decision-making and can lead to more equitable outcomes. But AI must be vigilantly monitored and tweaked. Sometimes, there's an easy solution. In the bank loan example, simply dropping the gender input would have prevented the bias. Executing big data. There are several things you just have to do. The first is you need to focus. And what Knowledge Builder mean by focus is, let's take a pricing manager in a consumer services company or a buyer in a retailer. They have 22 things they do. Don't try and change 22 things, try and change 2 or 3 things. Focus on part of the decision and focus, therefore, where the greatest economic leverage is in the business. The second is that you've got to make a decision support tool the frontline user understands and has confidence in. The moment you make it simple, understandable, then people start using it and you get better decisions. For a company, if you have 100,000 employees and you've got only 14 that actually know this stuff and how to use it, you're not going to get sustainable change. How big data is transforming marketing and sales. In marketing, big data comprises gathering, analyzing, and using massive amounts of digital information to improve business operations, such as getting a 360-degree view of their audiences. The concept of Know Your Customer, KIC, was initially conceived many years ago to prevent bank fraud. KIC provides insight into customer behavior that was once limited to large financial institutions. Now, because of the accessibility of big data, the benefits of KIC are available to even small and medium businesses, thanks to cloud computing and big data. Customer engagement, specifically how your customers view and interact with your brand, is a key factor in your marketing efforts. Big data analytics provides the business intelligence you need to bring about positive change, like improving existing products or increasing revenue per customer. Brand awareness is another way big data can have a significant impact on marketing. Aberdeen Group's data-driven retail study showed that data-driven retailers enjoy a greater annual increase in brand awareness by 2.7 times, 20.1% versus 7.4%, when compared to all others. The 360-degree view from big data allows marketers to present customer-specific content when and where it is most effective to improve online and in-store brand recognition and recall. Big data allows you to be the band-aid of your product category, even if you don't have the marketing budget of Johnson & Johnson. Improved customer acquisition is another great benefit that big data brings to marketing. A McKinsey survey found that intensive users of customer analytics are 23 times more likely to clearly outperform their competitors in terms of new customer acquisition. Leveraging the cloud allows for the gathering and analysis of consistent and personalized data from multiple sources, such as web, mobile applications, email, live chat, and even in-store interactions. Big data can help marketers leverage real-time data in cloud computing environments. The ability of big data to acquire, process, and analyze real-time data quickly and accurately enough to take immediate and effective action cannot be matched by any other technology. This is critical when analyzing data from GPS, IoT sensors, clicks on a web page, or other real-time data. Big data analytics is an essential component of big data. It provides business intelligence that results in time and cost savings by optimizing marketing performance. 3 types of big data for marketers. Marketers are interested in 3 types of big data: customer, financial, and operational. Each type of data is typically obtained from different sources and stored in different locations. Customer data helps marketers understand their target audience. The obvious data of this type are facts like names, email addresses, purchase histories, and web searches. Just as important, if not more so, are indications of your audience's attitudes that may be gathered from social media activity, surveys, and online communities. Financial data helps you measure performance and operate more efficiently. Your organization's sales and marketing statistics, costs, and margins fall into this category. Competitors' financial data such as pricing can also be included in this category. Operational data relates to business processes. It may relate to shipping and logistics, customer relationship management systems, or feedback from hardware sensors and other sources. Analysis of this data can lead to improved performance and reduced costs. Conclusion: if your business has a goal of staying competitive in today's hyper-competitive landscape, you must make your marketing a data-driven process. We live in a time when technology moves fast, consumer behaviors are hard to predict, and the traditional customer-winning methods don't work anymore. Data analytics in marketing, used in the right way, will help your business not just stay and function but thrive in this world of constant innovation. It's sure that